Let me tell you something real. College relationships are no walk in the park. They're tough, complicated, and often feel like trying to juggle flaming swords while riding a unicycle. But why is it so hard? Well, let's break it down, human to human. First off, college is a wild time for self discovery. You walk onto campus, and suddenly, you're not just figuring out who you are anymore, you're redefining it every day. New ideas, new perspectives, new you. This constant evolution can create a lot of tension in a relationship. You might wake up one day and realize that the person you're becoming doesn't quite fit with the person you're with anymore. It's not anyone's fault. It's just part of the deal when you're growing up and growing into yourself. Then there's the whole independence thing. Moving out, making your own decisions, living your own life. It's exhilarating and terrifying all at once. But with that freedom comes a shift in priorities. Suddenly, you're balancing late night study sessions, early morning classes, and maybe even a part-time job. Where does a relationship fit in that chaos? Sometimes it does, but sometimes it gets squeezed out, and that's where the struggle begins. And let's not forget the academic pressure. College isn't just about finding yourself, it's about proving yourself. The workload can be brutal, and the stress, oh, the stress. It seeps into everything, including your relationship. One partner might be drowning in assignments while the other feels neglected. Or maybe both of you are so swamped with work that you barely have time for each other. It's a tough balancing act, and sometimes it's just too much. Social dynamics add another layer of complexity. College throws you into a sea of new people, new friends, new social circles. It's exciting, but it can also stir up feelings of jealousy or insecurity if your partner is out there making new connections while you're feeling left behind. And with everyone exploring different interests, it's easy to drift apart if your paths start to diverge. Now, if you're in a long-distance relationship, buckle up. It's a bumpy ride. Being apart adds a whole new level of difficulty. The physical distance makes everything harder, from staying connected to maintaining trust. You need strong communication skills to make it work, but when you're both caught up in the whirlwind of college life, even that can feel like an uphill battle. And then there's the future, that big, scary unknown. As you start thinking about life after graduation, your career goals, where you want to live, and what you want to do, you might realize that your dreams don't quite line up with your partner's. That uncertainty can put a lot of pressure on a relationship, especially if you're not sure where you're headed as a couple. Emotional maturity, or the lack thereof, also plays a big role. Let's face it, college students are still figuring out how to navigate the emotional landscape of a relationship. Learning to communicate effectively, manage conflicts, and support each other takes time and experience, and it's not always smooth sailing. And let's talk about temptation. College is full of opportunities to explore new experiences, new people, new relationships. It's easy to be tempted to keep your options open rather than commit to one person. The social scene, with its parties and casual encounters, can challenge even the most stable relationships. Time management is another biggie. College schedules are packed to the brim, and finding time for a relationship can feel like an impossible task. When you're trying to balance classes, work, extracurricular activities, and your social life, something's got to give, and often it's the relationship that gets the short end of the stick. Finally, there's peer influence. Friends and roommates can have a huge impact on your relationship. Their opinions, their advice, their own experiences, they all shape how you view and handle your relationship. Sometimes that influence is positive, but other times it can create doubt or pressure that wasn't there before. So yeah, relationships in college are tough. But here's the thing, they're not impossible. With good communication, understanding, and mutual support, you can make it work. It's all about navigating the challenges together, growing together, and finding that balance between love and everything else life throws your way.